Although classroom management strategies were not a large factor in the TEFL course, they do play a significant role in the actual ESL classroom, and as such, developing some methods and strategies to handle rowdy classes, disruptive students, energetic boys and surly girls is a must when teaching ESL. Here I will give you 5 basic ideas for behaviour management, and from these you can get a grasp of the types of methods that you can employ and develop to make your class run like a well-oiled machine. Classroom management is all about the methods and strategies used by the teacher to maintain a classroom environment that is conducive to student success and learning. Classroom management is a key component to being a successful teacher, and it has everything to do with your attitude in the classroom and how you deal with your students in general. Every new teacher struggles with classroom management in the beginning because they don't focus enough on establishing their role as boss in the classroom. Students must understand that there are certain rules that they must follow to ensure their success. For teachers new to a class, setting guidelines for the classroom will help develop the respect that is needed so students can do their best. Remember, if you don't take control of your classroom, your students most certainly will. With that in mind, here are some tips and methods that can help a teacher keep a controlled yet fun and educational environment in their classroom. Number 1. Line up before entering the class. I have found this to be a very effective method of calming the students down before entering the classroom. In the same vein, I tend to not let them into the classroom before the bell goes, as, in true children fashion, when they first get to school they're excited to see each other and they can be rowdy and noisy. If you let them, they will see the classroom as another play area, running in and out, shouting, being mischievous, and they will not understand the difference when the bell rings. Not letting them into the class and having them stay outside separates them from the learning space and helps create a clear definition between the two areas. Lining them up reinforces this idea. It helps to calm them down and create a routine and understanding that class is about to start. If done regularly, they should start to associate the line-up as quiet time and be able to enter the class in an orderly manner and be ready to start the lesson.
Guys, line up! Line up! Say hello, teacher! Very good. Line up, 1, 2. Ready? Line up! 1, 2! Line up! 1, 2! Are you ready? Yes, I am. Are you ready? Yes, I am! Are you ready? Yes, I am!
After the regular line-up routine, here you can see a good example of peer influencing. Johnson, who is the brightest and smartest student of the class and always stands at the front, he tries to be clever and change his regular answer from "I like to play football" to "I like to play Lego Ninjago," which totally throws the 2 boys behind him who are relying on him to copy his answer and repeat what he has said.
Johnson, what do you like?
I like to play Lego Ninja.
Okay, Lego Ninja, good. Go. Ben, what do you like?
I like music.
Okay, thank you very much. Go. What do you like, Tom?
I like to
Play Ninja. What do you like?
I like to drink water.
Good boy. What do you like to see?
I like to watch TV.
Whoa, Lucy's so good. What do you like to eat? Apple.
Eat apple.
I like to eat apple.
I like to eat pizza.
Pizza, good boy. What do you like, Min?
I like to eat.
I like to eat.
I like to eat ice cream.
Ice cream, good. What do you like?
Carrot.
Very good. Eat carrots, very good. What do you like?
Banana.
Eat banana, Mary. Eat banana. What do you like?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Number 2, establish the rules. This is something I personally didn't make use of in the early days of my teaching career. Like a lot of others, I fell into the trap of being complacent after a while and wasn't consistent enough with rules. However, what I learned over time was that having a consistent set of procedures and routines that the students are familiar with will help the classroom run like a well-oiled machine. Nowadays, I use this method mainly with my younger learners as, like the lineup, it becomes a good way to define when the class is starting in the students' minds. With the older learners, I will use it only if it's a particularly rowdy bunch, and I'll try to engage them more by letting them agree on what the rules should be in the classroom. This gives them a sense of responsibility or obligation, and you can even assign team leaders or officers in the class to help make sure that they are reinforced. The most important thing here is be consistent.
Rule number 1. What's rule number 2? What's rule number 3? What's rule number 4? What's rule number 5? And what's rule number 6? Beautiful.
Number 3. Seating arrangements. This can be a crucial part of managing a particularly naughty or disruptive set of children. For a start, you as the teacher need to be aware of who is causing the distractions and why. Are they frustrated? Are they bored? Can they see the board? You'd be amazed how many kids need glasses these days and are too ashamed to admit it, so they act out instead. As well as this, maybe 2 or 3 kids that are good friends can't be sitting together because they distract each other, or maybe the opposite. Sitting next to their good friends will help them calm down. A lot of this will be trial and error in your class, and it might take a few lessons to figure out, but don't be afraid to move students around. At the very least, this will keep them on their toes and keep the classroom fresh and new. If you have rowdy boys, then you can try and separate them next to girls, for example, or space them apart if possible. Sitting near the teacher can help too. Just being able to give naughty students warning looks or walk behind them in close proximity can sometimes be enough to stem a disruptive child. Number 4. Points or star system. This is a very common method of maintaining good classroom management. Let them choose their team names and give them regular points for positive reinforcement. For example, any sentences said well, good behaviour, winning a game, give them a point for their team, and if you like, a point beside their names too. Similarly, for any bad behaviour or disruptiveness, you can minus a team or individual point. Now, remember, be consistent with this. Certainly, you don't have to be too harsh. You can threaten once or twice to take away stars, and usually this is enough to quieten down even the loudest of classes. But after 2 or 3 times, you must follow through and actually take away the points. Personal points are fine and will work most of the time, but taking a team point will hit home the hardest, as if it's the fault of an individual or a couple of individuals, the rest of the team will usually get annoyed and employ peer pressure on those students to behave themselves. This encourages the students to self-monitor, as their natural competitiveness will kick in and they will be eager to please and win. They will want to please the teacher and they will not want to lose those points. Number 5, no dead time. To maximize teaching time, it is important that we find effective strategies to transition between the different parts of a lesson. Clumsy transitions or abundance of dead time can lead to students becoming distracted and open up possibilities for misbehaviour. Boredom creates distraction, which creates disruption. As a general rule, I suggest that you overplan at all times, having 2 or 3 extra activities ready to go just in case. These can be brain breaks or quick fire activities where you can play an active learning game or something to get their energy levels up if the class seems a little sleepy or lethargic. As well as this, you can make use of the whole brain method for responsive chants, hands on knees, look, listen, class, yes, bump, bump, listen. These kind of chants can help bridge the gap between activities and give the teacher a moment or two to think about what's coming next. For newer teachers, it's a good idea to write a skeleton plan on the board for reference during the class. This saves the teacher fumbling around with a piece of paper or a book trying to figure out what they're going to do next in their lesson plan. If it's on the board, clear for them, they know what steps to take and what they're going to do next.